However, if I put a confidence interval around that, I now say we now believe that the true average age of all runners in Central Ohio is between 25 and 28. That's an inferential system. Okay, it depends on how it's used.
Like a range or
No, it's just if we're inferring to the population based upon the sample. On the other hand, let's say I was doing this for, think of something here. Let's say I was trying to find out the average age of students at Columbus State. There's 28,000 of them. Well, if I open up the database and got all 28,000 numbers, averaged them up, and it came up to be 26.5 years old, that's a descriptive statistic, because I describe the whole population. If on the other hand, I sample 1,000 people at random as they're walking into the building, and I use that sample, and I find that's 26.4. And I say, well, based upon the sample, I believe the average age of students at Columbus State is 26.4, becomes an inferential statistic. Okay?
So the answer to C would be, like, you believe that the Ohio runners run in the morning?
Yeah. Write a statement about the results of the study that would be an example of an inferential statistic. 76% of all runners prefer to run in the morning in Central Ohio. We didn't get all runners, we only got 50. So based upon that 50, we inferred what all runners in Central Ohio like to do. What is the level of response to the question asked in Part C? Is it qualitative? Is it quantitative? You like to run in the morning, yes or no? Qualitative. Qualitative. So if you like to run in the morning, that's different than I who like to run in the afternoon. Shows a difference. There's no preference to the difference. That means it would be nominal. Nominal. Okay, does everyone see that? Give a ratio variable that the researcher could collect in the study. F, give a ratio variable. Ratio variables where it does matter the difference between them, right? If one value is 1.5 and the other value is 3, that difference of 1.5 has meaning, right? Not like Tiger Woods versus Phil Mickelson. One's just better than the other. That's ordinal. And when that difference, when you subtract the two numbers, and that difference has meaning, it's either interval or ratio. One of the two. And then the question is, which one is it? Is it interval or is it ratio? So usually, if you got to guess ratio. If you want to get it right for sure, you have to think of where's the 0 point. Is that 0 tie? Does 0 have meaning? Okay, is there a floor which you cannot go beneath? If that's the case, it becomes ratio. Only when there's no floor, only when that 0 doesn't have meaning, only when you can keep going negative and negative and more negative, is it interval. There are a few examples of interval. Temperature, debt are examples of interval. Okay? So F would be give a ratio variable. How far do you like to run? How much money do you make? How many cars do you own? How many times do you run a week? Okay? How many calories do you take in before you run? How many marathons have you run? Okay? How many of your relatives like to run? All those would be examples of ratio.
How would you set it up?
I'm sorry?
How would you set it up? Just a question, or would